Turn your tasting chart over to the blank side and hold the whiskey against it. You could be looking at pale gold, straw, amber.
Piss, Lucas interjects, and when everyone glares at him, he amends it to, sorry, urine. Ladies and germs, I give you the British. All class. Trinity looks down her nose at him.
That's not a standardized color.
Sorry, we can't take him anywhere, James says, though he's barely containing his laughter.
How'd you get to be a whiskey expert, Trinity?
Lucas asks her, oblivious to the two rolling off her.
Years of training. Next, you'll want to assess its clarity and viscosity.
We follow the instructions and try our best to minimize Lucas's inanity. He's the chattiest person I know, but this is OTT even for him. When Trinity leaves to get the next round in, I turn to him with my palms up. If you're trying to impress her, you are fucking up royally.
You think?
Lucas tracks her at the bar. She's definitely not returning the favor.
I thought I was winning her over.
Tell her the color of your last dump, Grant mutters.
I'm sure she'd love it.
That makes everyone laugh, especially coming from the usually taciturn Grant. After a few more rounds and Lucas entertaining us, but not Trinity, with a long digression over the inclusion of Band-Aids as a tasting note on the chart. I swear this is listed under the Pete section. I pull James aside to the bar. Sorry about Lucas, bro. I can only assume he's in love with Whiskey Girl. It's all good. Happens to the best of us. I pause, thinking on what I want to say. James and I have fallen out of our usual groove. Between his wedding planning and my schedule ramping up, we've missed most of our weekly meetups over the last couple of months. Springtime and everyone's filing for divorce. Nothing like a harsh Chicago winter and the cabin fever that entails to make people question their life choices. Feels like the end of something, I mutter. I know I'll see you, but I don't know. It'll be different. Not bad different, just different. Trinity places a couple of drinks down before us with a subtle smile, then slides back into the shadows like a whiskey ninja. It's beautifully done. James raises his glass, and there's that comma-shaped smirk near his mouth, the one he gets when he has something momentous to say. So you're on board, Max? Of course I am. Would this change of heart have anything to do with a green-eyed purveyor of matrimonial monstrosities? I lift my glass and clink against his, not quite ready to articulate my feelings for Charlie. They're too new and, frankly, too scary. I'm not saying I buy the whole hearts and flowers happily ever after with woodland animals and choirs of Tweety birds, but I can see that Gina makes you happy. However, because I'm older than you, I've taken the precaution of gathering some pearls of wisdom. Reaching inside my jacket, I pull out a small moleskin notebook labeled with James and Gina, words to live by. I hand it over. Bewildered, he opens the first page. I lean in to read it with him. It's a message from Dad. Never go to bed angry. Stay up and fight all night. We both chuckle because we can hear Dad's voice, as if he's here with us. The next one is from Lucas. The two best phrases to include in your vocabulary are, I understand, and you're right. Of course. He reads through the book I asked all of the important people in his life to contribute to. Mom says I should say yes far more often than I say no. Sounds about right. Jack and Suzanne seem to have figured out the magic formula. It's not magic, it's work, but it's worth it because the important things require effort. I know this, despite being born with a silver spoon in my perfect mouth. I've never been afraid of effort. Learning to speak without stammering, graduating first in my class at Northwestern Law, crafting arguments that get my clients closure. All of these required I work my ass off. Donating my trust fund was the right decision. It would have been too easy to use it as a fallback, and giving it up revealed who I am, and more important, who Becca, my former fiancée, was. So, why am I afraid of taking a chance with someone? I could blame it on Becca, but really I know the reason. I don't like change. I've worked hard to get to a point in my life where I'm happy, and bringing someone else into it is going to upset the pH levels of my stable existence. I like them where they are. Marriage is all about change and compromise. I see it with my clients every day. People don't want to work on the little stuff, the big stuff, and everything in between. As soon as there's effort involved, it comes crashing down. But mostly I don't want to choose wrong.